Mike Bohn joined now by Brandon Royval. Another main event Saturday against Tatsuro Taira at UFC Fight Night 244. Brandon, being a hectic few days for you, I imagine, right? I mean, can we start there? I know you've probably been asked about this a ton, but what happened out there in Salt Lake City?
I mean, I guess, yeah, I've been asked about it kind of a ton. I'm like a little over talking about it, to be
Yeah.
honest. But I guess the story to me is just like, there was a shooting that happened. We literally saw the shooter. We saw the guy that got shot, the dead body. And the story to me is like, my bro Alex, like, literally got fucking walked into some traumatizing shit and fucking took a fight on short notice and seen someone get shot, seen a dead body, see someone dying on the floor, and stayed locked in and fucking dominated a fight 3 hours later, I feel like that was one of the cooler things of the day. I mean, as far as like all that situation is like, got rest in peace to the guy that passed away. But Alex was able to just stay locked in and pull off a W off of a lot of adversity. He fought Austin Hubbard, the big 155er, who already was fighting on that card, and took that fight on a 2 week notice. Anything that could have went wrong did, and stood locked in and got the job done, man. And I think it's just a big kudos to him, and I'm super proud of him.
Sure. And yeah, I mean, you said the right things there, of course. Rest in peace to the person who lost their life. That's terrible. And I think you put the good spin on it there, at least from Alex's perspective, to see a teammate of yours who can go something like through a distraction like that and still perform. Does that give you any like added confidence in your preparation and knowing that you're surrounded by a group of people that something very unforeseen can come your way and you can still show up and do the job?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%, man. I believe my team. I feel like the team that I have surrounded by me right now is just like, we all love each other and we all look out for each other and we're all looking out for what's best for each other. And you really can't find that anywhere else. So I'm 100% excited by my team and just inspired by Alex.
Fair to say that when you went out there to do that corner work, like the preparation is all already in the bag or anything? Like anyone who might be like, oh, like he's distracting himself by doing this the week before the fight, none of that is a concern to you, I imagine.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, the work's already done. By Friday, I flew out there Friday. By Friday, I'm done with my training camp. All I'm doing is running, hitting mitts, and drilling. And it's like, I do that every day. So it's like, at this point, it's just like, the work was already done. Flew out there Friday, left Sunday morning, and was already back in Denver by 10 a.m., 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. So it's just, that there was the only day that was kind of like a little bit of like, I didn't get as much work in. There was really not a day. So it was pretty cool, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's good. Well, hopefully you won't have to answer, those stories too many more times, but I imagine a few more will come your way
Yeah.
this week. But as far as the fight itself, I mean, we know what you wanted after the last one. You were down for the quick turnaround for Brazil. Like you were down for all that stuff. Didn't get what you wanted there. Was it hard to, I guess, kind of like sort through that and realize that you were going to have to shift focus again to something else?
No, I mean, not necessarily. I knew beating Brandon Moreno, I probably wasn't gonna get a title shot, but I knew I was gonna put the UFC in a fucked up position, and that's my job. Like my job is to make them work. And I know beating Tatsuro, I'm gonna put him in another fucked up position. But I feel like the thing that I was most butthurt about through this whole entire thing is that I wasn't on the UFC Denver card as a main event against like a worthy opponent.
Right. Did they ever consider that? Because I know like they were, there was some talks about changing up the main event or adding something different after they had announced, the
They
original
threw me
fight.
some opponent that wasn't ranked, and I was like, I'm not cutting to flyweight. It was like a week notice, and it's like I'm not
What?
cutting to flyweight in like a short notice to fight someone unranked. It's like
Who was it?
I mean, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that being said, it's I appreciate them considering me, but it's like I thought we could have had a doper card months ago. I mean, the card was sick, but that being said, like it could have been. I just wanted to be on that card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is a pretty good spot too. I mean, obviously, Tatsuro, undefeated opponent. Do you see the hype around this guy? Do you think like he's worthy of the praise he's getting from some people and the potential they see?
I mean, I see the hype. I think I'm a big underdog. I see it everywhere. I get tagged that Tatsuro's gonna kill me, all this stuff. So I see it. Do I believe it? I mean, that's a whole different story. I mean, I guess we're gonna find out. But that being said, I think I'm the most underrated fighter in the UFC, in the UFC's flyweight division right now. And I think people really underestimate my skills and really underestimate how dangerous I am and how hard of an out I am. I really like, bro. I'm boxing people up and putting them in go-go's. I literally, like, I forgot about the Kai Kara France fight, but it's like I literally dropped Kai Kara France with a spinning elbow and put him in a go-go plata 2 seconds later. It's like, fuck y'all. Who the fuck's doing that? Like,
Yeah.
y'all can say whatever the fuck you want, but nobody's doing that shit. I boxed Brandon Moreno up and put him in a go-go plata. I fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can say whatever you want, but those are two guys that are one former champion and one title contender. It's like, those are the top of the division. Now I'm doing shit that you see, like me doing, like UT against someone that's a nobody, you know?
Yeah. Why do you think you don't get that appreciation? Do you think it's just because you had a couple of the setbacks like early in your UFC run, and maybe still people look at you as like that guy who had a couple losses despite everything you've done since then?
I mean, I've only lost to Pantoja. Pantoja's the only guy I've ever lost to in the UFC. I don't consider the first Moreno a loss because it really is not, you know? Like, I maybe was losing the first round, but when my shoulder dislocated, I'm on top of the dude ground and pounding him. So it's like, I don't consider that a loss.
Yeah, fair enough. You mentioned the go-go plata a couple of times there. There's never actually been one finished in the UFC. Can we make this happen at some point?
I've been saying since I was younger, if I get a go-go plata finish, I'm quitting. Like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
just retire then.
Yeah, I've got knockouts. I've got, cool shit. It's like, I want a go-go plata finish.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you think is at stake here? I mean, it seemed like people were talking about like maybe Kai Asakura would come into the UFC and get a title shot right away. There were some rumors of that a few months ago, but we've heard nothing announced. Tatsuro, I talked to him yesterday. He said he feels he's the guy if he wins. I'm sure you feel the guy if you win. I'm sure both Brandon and Amir Albazi, when they fight in November, feel like they'll maybe have a case or something. So how do you think this ultimately shakes out? Because as far as we know right now, Pantoja is not booked. So there's possibility for everyone to make a case.
I'm pretty sure he's fighting Kai Asakura. So I think that spot's already booked. But okay. I'm not 100% positive on that at all. I just, that's what I think. I don't know what happens with me if I win, really. And, like, that's the only thing I care about is if I win, I don't really know what happens with me. But I know I put people in a hard position with their jobs, And, I mean, I guess, hey, to make my life better, I got to make someone else's hell. So it's like, it sucks, but it is what it is, I think, I think I put everybody in a rough position if I win, but I'm not fucking planning on losing, so.
Yeah, exactly. Would you be like, are you bothered by this idea of Kai Asakura coming straight into the UFC and getting a shot, or you think, this has happened a few times? Gilbert Melendez back, a Strikeforce champion. You think
that was so sick. No, I mean, we're talking about Gilbert Melendez, man. That guy deserved it. No, I don't give a shit, man. If they're not going to give me the title shot, I don't care who gets it. If somebody beats Pantoja, I'm getting the next title shot afterwards, I think. But I kind of wish they had that fight booked already, but I don't necessarily care, bro. I think if I go beat Tatsuro, I have a win over everybody in the top 5. So it's like, what more can you say? I'm just going to keep taking the top 5 out until it's a new person, until you guys give me the next shot,
Yeah. I don't know if I've heard you speak on this. What was your thoughts on the whole thing with Muhammad Mokaev and them kind of parting ways with him? Did you think that hurt the division, or do you kind of understand everything that went on there?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know their side of the story, but I feel really bad for that kid. I really do. I can talk a lot of shit, but it's like the drama means nothing to me, bro. I just like talking shit, man. I talk shit every day of my life. I'm gonna go inside and talk shit to my friend right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it means nothing to me. But as far as that, it's just like I felt bad for him, and I mean, it sucks.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make his way back one day. But I guess just last thing, you've had a lot of big wins. How sweet would it be to go in there and take this guy's undefeated record? We mentioned the hype and things like that. I guess, how do you see it unfolding, and how do you think this win kind of impacts the career?
I think I'm going to go dominate. I think I'm going to go out there and find a finish. How it impacts my career, I really don't know. But if I lose, I know it impacts my career majorly, and I want that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I appreciate the time, Brandon. Obviously, a huge fight for you here. I'll be waiting for the go-go plata to come, and if you get it, you get like 1 million extra brownie points from us all. Okay.
I know. Hope I get 2 bonuses too.
Yeah, I think you would. They just have to give you all the bonuses for that. Because
yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, man, and have a great day. We'll talk soon.
You too.